authority. I like to have a home, Dad. Got no people, only us.
I'd like to have something that meant I could play everyone on PS4, on Nintendo Switch, on Xbox 360, on everything, and PC crossplay. Help me, son.
When he needs me, I'll be right there by his side. I wish I had a chance.
I wish I had a chance. I just wish I had a chance. United we stand. Hands across America. Hands across the America that is Fortnite. Hello everyone, and welcome to another Fowl Original with me, good old Fowl Original. How the hell are you? I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for asking. You didn't ask, why didn't you ask? It's Newsround. It's been a while since I've been on the live. I found my sunglasses, by the way, everybody. I know you've all been worrying. Yeah, found my sunglasses. So I no longer have to wear these 3D glasses for the show. Because I was wearing these 3D glasses because I was like, I made it a thing now. I have to wear these glasses. So I like it. I like it. It's fun. Now, today's big news, big story, top story, brought to me in association with Chin Man, actually. Fortnite becomes the first truly cross-platform game after Sony joined the party. Now, I don't mean to but I went to EGX this weekend. I'm not going to keep saying it. You know what, yeah. Paid a little bit of money for the pink red band. Awesome, constant. I'm going to wear this for a while. I don't care. It's made of plastic, yeah. Colours, like, it must be. It's not like fabric, it's plastic. I've been washing it every day. Anyway. Fortnite becomes a first truly cross-platform game. After showing Sony, I would have joined the battle bus, but I thought that's a little bit too on the nose. Plus, there's not enough characters then to put it in my YouTubes because I use Restream.io. It's an excellent service. It's almost as good as a service as I'm going to say this in English soon. It's almost as good as a service as going to this place. You know the place. Quick Shill. FowlOriginal.com. If you go to FowlOriginal.com, you can go see this big old bird face, and then you can nip down to support the channel. And when you go to support the channel, you can see you can become a Patreon. I will be fixing this on the weekend. The constant battle cry of Fowl Original. I will be fixing this on the weekend. But until then, you can go to streamlabs.com /Fowl Original Wrestling to help the wrestling stuff out. And you can also just do this by PayPal donation. You can click the donate button, and then it brings you up to this screen, and in dollars you can give me like $5 if you wanted, and then you can write me a nice little note saying, hi, I'm Fowl Original and I'm giving you money to keep, giving you money to keep doing the excellent things. You could do that, and I'd be like, yeah, I'd read that. I'd attempt to read that. You can also make it a monthly donation. If you do that, you're helping to support all the different things, all the different facets of what we do here at the Fowl Original Show. And I get to do my little turn on the dance floor as Trevor McDonald, and I love it. I always wanted to do a news show when I was a kid. Always wanted to do a news show. Always wanted to be on the news. Yeah, always felt like that. I was the news. Yeah, I am now the dude out of Tomorrow Never Dies, played by Jonathan Pierce. I want to say. Enough of that stretching of my brain. Fortnite becomes first truly cross-platform game after Sony joined the party. So let's just look back at what happened. So there has been major controversy over the way that Sony has dealt with crossplay for everything. Minecraft, yeah, Minecraft. You can crossplay between a Nintendo Switch and an Xbox and a PC, but you can't with the PS4 because won't somebody think of the children? Well, somebody has thought of the children. Those people in Nintendo, and they don't even let you sneeze. You can't even chat to people. I was playing Mario Kart and I was like, I'd like to play this person again. I'd like to tell them that was a good game. And it's there is no real conversation. There is no communication. It's all play game at random, maybe add them and play them again, but no talking, not on the Nintendo service. But Minecraft wasn't allowed to do it. So the first truly one, I want to pull up this story from the BBC News website, courtesy of Chin Man, really, because he told me about this and I was all I didn't know about these things. So, PlayStation backs down Fortnite crossplay row. Sony is to let gamers on PlayStation consoles play against those using rival devices, the company has announced. Many games already let those using a PC, Nintendo Switch or Xbox One play together online, but Sony, the dastards, had refused to take part. It had previously cited child protection as one of the reasons it blocked cross-play. However, it said it had identified a path, which, I mean, what that really means is that they got the right amount of money backhanded into their pockets, editorial allegations, allegedly. Gamers Sony was identified a path to allowing cross-play on some games, starting with Fortnite, the one that's going to make the most money in the short term even. Sony was criticised in June after it blocked PlayStation gamers from using their Fortnite accounts on the newly launched Nintendo Switch version. Luckily, I have a Switch. I just ain't played Fortnite on it. I played Fortnite on the PC. That was enough. Gamers found that if they used their Fortnite account on a PS4, they were unable to use it on the Switch or on Xbox. Meanwhile, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo gamers could all play the game together online. At the time, Sony said it was open to hearing what the PlayStation community is interested in to enhance their gaming experience. On Wednesday, Sony Interactive Entertainment President John Cordera said in a statement, "We recognize that PS4 players have been eagerly awaiting an update, and we appreciate the community's continued patience as we have navigated through this issue to find a solution. We have completed a thorough analysis of the business mechanics required to ensure that the PlayStation experience for our users remains intact today and in the future as we look to open up the platform." I mean, of all the platforms, all of the platforms, you're talking about keeping it secure. Come on, PlayStation. I remember not that long ago when the Sony hacks happened, and you were the ones that lost all the... Exactly. Remember this. Yeah, remember this. When they're talking about trying to like lock everything down and keep it safe and secure. It's already broke. Anyway. Fortnite is the first title to offer full cross-play on the PS4, and gamers will be able to use any items they've purchased in the game on other consoles. And then Ryan Brown from Toad's Anime, very pleased Sony buckled and started playing ball. Their stance on crossplay was stupid, and it was inevitable they changed their tune under sustained pressure. It's good to have some pro-consumer gaming news for once. Eurogamer news editor Tom Phillips wrote that Sony was knocking down the wall blocking off PS4 from crossplay with rival consoles. It's a historic moment not just for PlayStation but for all of gaming, as all console owners will now be able to play together for the first time, he said. And that is very, very true, yeah. I have to say, yeah, it's very, very true. I'm very, very excited and very happy for this because it opens up a lot of crap to be like crossplay now, but it opens up a lot of games that there is no technical limitation between having the same game experience on both consoles. And that's something that Sony has been afraid of for a very, very, very long time. They're like, you buy the PS4 because it's better than the Xbox. And then the Xbox go, you can have a PS4 if you want. Yeah. You can have an Xbox. They're basically the same, but we're not really dicks. And that's basically what the Sony, like the Microsoft stance has been, which is interesting because it went from Sony being the cool cats to now being the guys who are like, these are my toys, and unless you're wearing my pirate hat, you can't come in. Like, unless you're wearing the right sunglasses, you ain't coming into this spot. You're not allowed in. And it's been really sad. It's been really sad, I remember, especially when the Nintendo Switch opened up, and I was like, well, okay, so you can play Minecraft against someone on an Xbox on my Switch. That blew my mind. Then Fortnite, I was like, okay, I don't really want to play it. It is free, so there's no excuse for me to download it. But I'm like, Windjammers, on the other hand, I'm gonna get Windjammers soon. That was a really cool game from EGX, and I do want to potentially tomorrow I'll do a little wrap up of what happened at EGX because I feel like I have to say stuff about it because I was there and I met DJ Slope. I know. It was actually really, really fun. Anyway, we're tangenting here. So, back to things. I need to check to see if I'm streaming correctly as well. Actually, that's something I haven't really done because I haven't got any devices here. Let's see if I can just check that everything's hunkily dorily working along. Let's just check that before anything else because sometimes, and I mean before now, I've done like not a whole show, but most of a show. Oh yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're live. Seems to have frozen though. Like, can I just? Oh no, that's fine. Are we playing back through? No, we're not. So anyway, Fortnite becomes first truly cross-platform game after Sony join the party. That's the story. That's the first story. It's the first story of the show. This has fallen into disrepute already. Okay, let's move to our next segment, which is find it. In other news. So in other news tonight, loads of stories that I've been reading today. Really weird things in the news. And as I said, I didn't do a weekly wrestling recap tonight because there were some technical issues, unfortunately. And I just like, screw it. Like, I'm not going to do that. We're going to get ready for Newsround. And I didn't go and see a film yesterday. So we did miss that segment, the Fowl's Film Corner. But we missed it, unfortunately, this week. But next week, I had a very good idea. I want to go see Venom. Yes, I'll go see Venom. And then I'll come tell you what I think about Venom. I'm on the lates as well, which makes it even better. And on a training course. It all like links together. It's fantastic. It's almost like the stars aligned. But in other news today, in other bloody news, it's falling apart, I tell you, it's falling apart. In other news, Meghan closes a door and some people can't handle it. I like that headline to begin with in the BBC News. I like a little bit of punnage, a little bit of wordplay, a little bit of punage. And Meghan closes a car door. It's something millions of us do every single day. But when the Duchess of Sussex closed her car door on Tuesday, the internet was watching and had something to say. Now, I can't really like let you see the rest of this, without watching the video, because this is the thing that has made everyone go a little bit. So let's look at the video. Yeah, it's an ever so short video. Let's make sure we got the sound on. As we wait for it to start. Couldn't start. Why? The content doesn't seem to be working. Well, I mean. Oh. Oh, and here we go. That was absolutely terrible. Look at the way she closed that door. No respect for that woman. She got no respect for the cars of our country. Yeah, like Americans coming over here, taking our car closing jobs. Look, let's have a look at it again. Quick replay. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, I am personally offended by the way that she closed that door. That was so offensive, yeah. The way that she just didn't even look back and just closed it. Let's see what the internet had to think about it. There was nothing wrong with the way that she closed that door. Quick editorial, yeah. Just there's nothing. Anyway, let's go to the BBC News story and see what the internet had to say. Arriving at the Royal Academy of Arts to attend her first solo event since becoming a royal, Meghan stepped out of her car, having had the door opened. Let's pull the story up. Sorry, I apologize. Some praised her down-to-earth and humble attitude, while others joked she may put someone out of a job. Etiquette expert William Hanson pointed out that this was not in fact a protocol breach. Usually, if you're a member of the royal family or a dignitary, you have a member of staff to open and close a car door for you, he told Radio 1 Newsbeat. He said this was for security reasons rather than airs and graces. Logical. It appears the person who opened the door then stepped out of the way to allow the Duchess 37, I mean, I don't know why they need to say her age, Duchess 37, to greet her host and then close the door behind her. A princess who still takes the time to shut her car door. Well done, Meghan. The Sun's royal correspondent Emily Andrews tweeted from inside of her rectum. Like, okay, just quick again, a quick editorial. I really am interested by the concept of royal correspondence, because all they are people who hang around a particular family all the time. They're always there. It's like royal correspondent, hanging outside Buckingham Palace, hanging outside Sandringham. They're just hanging around all the time. In this age of social media, those people in the old days could probably go like, well done, Meghan, well done. Now they can literally, well done, Meghan. Everyone, look, I'm friends with Meghan Markle. Editorial over. Well and overshadowing the main event, which was an opening of an exhibition of works in the Oceania region. The door soon became a Twitter moment. I know, because the door was a Twitter moment, which is what I wanted to talk about. Meghan closed her own door. What is the world coming to? Because I was so inspired by Meghan Markle, as I left the house this morning, I shut my own front door. Everyone is freaking out because Meghan Markle closed her own door. Good thing. She has arms and is able to close the door. Plus, she's totally used to doing that. It's probably even a reflex. I say it's totally cool that she closed her door. You know, the funniest thing is, yeah, is this is going to be on the front of the Metro tomorrow. I'm going to do a Metro Moments tomorrow, and you will see this will be on the front. Meghan Markle closes door in uncouth and unroyalistic way. What does this say for Brexit? Actually, that would be the Daily Mail. The feminist and former UN advocate has form for this sort of behaviour. Last week, at the launch of a charity cookbook, the former Suits actress again closed her own car door. The Duchess shuts her own door as she arrives at a cookbook launch with her mother, Doria Ragland, who also closed her own door. Earlier this month, one US journalist even claimed to have seen Meghan in a London street clearing up after her dog. However, it was not verified to have been the Duchess. There are, however, certain rules Meghan won't be breaking. Now that Meghan is a member of the royal family, there's no more selfies, no more autographs, she can't vote, and all public social media has to be deleted, William Hanson told Newsbeat. So that's a bit sad. She can't be checking out the Insta. I guess that maybe she could have like a dummy puppy account, but I mean, even that's probably not allowed. Imagine all the memes that she's missing out on. Imagine all the memes that she's missing out on for being a royal. I mean, if anything, yeah, that would mean that I wouldn't want to be a royal to begin with. No social media. I can't be doing this. Well, I guess they allowed It's a Royal Knockout, so with Edward, so maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, Meghan Markle controversially closes her own door. Woman who looks like Meghan Markle controversially cleans up dog poop from the street. Unconfirmed if that is actually Meghan Markle or just another person who potentially looks like Meghan Markle, and that potentially they had no news, so this was the news. Enjoy. Enjoy. Like, so one thing I like about having a royal family here in the UK, because that doesn't really, I mean, the closest thing is potentially the Kardashians, but there's nothing like that where it's like, oh, somebody, like when Trump came over and he stood in front of the Queen, it's like, oh, that's against royal I like that stuff, yeah. I'm not a royalist, but I'm also really not, I guess, a Republican, like, republicist. Republicist. I'm not. I'm happy. I'm happy either way, as long as everyone's having a great time. In other news, also, and I had to put this story in because I mean, come on, yeah, like really, could I really not do the news without talking about this? With the internet and normal media cross. This is the ultimate crossplay. This is. Edinburgh nightclub meme. What was being said? You step into a nightclub and you don't know what will happen. You might be hoping to just have a dance with your mates, or maybe to meet someone, but you're probably not expecting to become a meme. That's what happened to Patrick Ritchie and Lucia Gorman when they went on a night out in Edinburgh. Lucia looks unimpressed with whatever Patrick was yelling into her ear over the music. Radio 1 Newsbeat, of course, spoke to the two 18-year-olds about what it feels like to become a meme and what was being said. But first, let's enjoy what the internet has done with the image. We've got animal references, Milk Edinburgh. How'd they let ye in wa a hedgehog? Oh, I see, because hedgehog. How'd they let ye in wa a hedgehog? I can't do the accent, I apologise. It's just Bodyguard. The Bodyguard was a 90s film. Political mansplaining. Actually, 90 of the peers in the Lords are elected. Historical world affairs. Yeah, so ultimately the same policies that Gorbachev hoped would bring about like radical change in the Soviet Union actually ended up hastening its eventual demise. See? Like that one. And Eurovision. Nobody votes for us because it's all political. If we sent Adele, we'd still get nul point. You see all the usual subjects you cover on a normal night out. A lot of the jokes revolve around Lucia looking like she's the victim of unwanted attention. When Newsbeat caught up with Patrick, he joked, "That doesn't look good for me, does it?" Actually, the two were at school together and hadn't seen each other for a while. The now famous photo was taken as they were having a quick catch-up. Lucia admits she was pretty much ready to go home, which explains her expression. "I don't know what he said, but I know I definitely wasn't having any of it," she told Newsbeat. "I felt like it was probably the end of the night and I was definitely ready for my bed. I probably just thought, I'll nod at anything at this point." I'm not a weirdo. I actually play for Motherwell. None of them knew the photo existed until it began going viral. The photo was taken by David Wilkinson, who was at the club for an event with Love Island star Jack. But why does this? That doesn't need to be said. Love Island star Jack Fowler. "When I took the picture, it was a quick snap before I left to go home," he tells Newsbeat. "I don't like taking pictures of people smiling. I like to notice the little details. So when I saw this, I thought this definitely needs to go up. The day that it blew up, it was my birthday, but I actually got more messages about the picture than I did about my birthday, so it was quite weird." Great story, Newsbeat. Thank you for making me laugh. But thank you for the big good news every now and then. A lot of this has been really depressing news over the past few weeks, and this has given me a nice old funny boner. Lucia, a student at Strathclyde University, said she does PR for the same club night called Milk in Glasgow, but insists this was no PR stunt. "I can understand if people thought this was all PR, but the first person to tweet it wasn't anyone to do with Milk. It was someone who goes to our school with our friends," she said. "Now, even her grandparents have seen the photo. It's all pretty funny, to be honest," she said. "While Patrick says the attention is pretty weird, he isn't that bothered. I'm sure it'll all be fine," he said. He added, "You obviously can't hear people in these places. You speak to them like that all the time." Congratulations to Milk at Edinburgh on taking what I suspect may be the most relatable nightclub photo in the history of the art. And have they learned anything from the experience? "I probably wouldn't have worn that shirt if I'd known I was going viral, I guess," said Patrick. "But no, not really. It's just one of those things." Lucia said, "I just got to do my makeup that night." She added, "What I should have learned actually is to scrub my tan properly, because if you zoom into the photo, I have this rash on my neck and the tan is on that, and everybody's commenting like, 'Tan's awful.' That's something I've learned. Invest in good fake tan." And that's something that we've learned from this whole situation is invest. Look at this picture. Look at that picture. Look at this face. Yeah. Look at that picture, and then look at this face, and then look at that picture, and then also look at this face. Look at this fake tan is great fake tan. That is not fake tan. That is fake news tan. But great story. Love the story. In other news, I'm gonna leave that one to the end. But I think this is a good one. This is a good one. For those of you who like the more, because I think of the word, the more ample bosom and posterior. I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm just saying, this image you might like this image. So let's have a look. And Boohoo sales boost after summer of cycling shorts. Look at her, she's beautiful. Cycling shorts, no bikes required, were at the top of this summer's fashion hit list. The return of cycling shorts to the fashion scene helped Boohoo Group report record sales and profits. Boohoo boss Carol Kane said she could not believe cycling shorts became this summer's biggest fashion trend. "I wore them in 1992, she told investors. The owner of Pretty Little Thing and Nasty Gal fashion labels reported a 50% jump in sales to £395.3 million and a 22% rise in pre-tax profits to £24.7 million for the 6 months to 31st of August. This summer, we saw the return of the 90s cycling short. I was hoping this was a trend that would," I don't know why I'm doing that voice for her. "I hope this was going to be a trend that would never re-emerge," Ms. Kane told investors. Ms. Kane. The shorts, which have enjoyed a comeback thanks to the likes of Kim Kardashian, are sold from just £5 across the... I could get cycling shorts for £5. Did not know this. Guess what we're going to do on the next shopping run. The shorts, which are sold from just £5 across the fast fashion platforms. Fast fashion being Primark really. Boohoo's social media has been growing too, helped by a host of celebrity collaborations and Insta-friendly brand ambassadors. It now has 6.3 million followers on Instagram, a 200% rise in the last 12 months, 1.4 million followers on Facebook, up 40%, and 200,000 followers on the Twitters. So obviously, I mean, you just need to look at this picture and understand why. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of babble for a bit, because that is what they would say in the in the days. That is what Sir Mix-a-Lot would say that he loves. Big butts, and he cannot lie. Those brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. And they have sprung for cycling shorts, it seems, of the women, and their buttocks are quite big. I don't know if that's a fake ass. I'm not really down with, like, I guess I couldn't tell a fake ass from, I mean, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but this is the thing. So Pretty Little Thing has got 8.9 million followers on the Twitters, and they post pictures of women's bums in cycling shorts, but they're nothing. They're just spray painted on. They must be very uncomfortable. I mean, I don't want to wear cycling shorts for one pure reason, which is don't want to see people see my ding ding. But look back at it, fire at Anna Montana, bringing everything in the PLT grey monogram print cycle short. And if you want to bring everything, well, let's just bring you into it. If you want to bring everything and help the channel, help support it, quick show. If you want to help support the channel, you can go to this big old bird face at fowloriginal.com. If you go to fowloriginal.com, you can help me to invest in cycle shorts. I mean, I would look great in cycle shorts, wouldn't I? Imagine that photo. Now, you could support me by giving me money not to take that photo. So you can become a Patreon. Go to streamlabs.com/fowloriginalwrestling to help support the wrestling part of what I do. You can also, the most popular and easiest way to do this is go to the donate option. So you go to donate and you can pop on like $5 if you wanted. You can write me a note and say like, I love you and I love big butts and I cannot lie. Pretty Little Thing.com is amazing. I didn't make that rhyme. It doesn't matter because thank you very much for the donation. You can also make it a monthly donation and you can pop me along that, and that will help support content created on this channel and across all of the Fowl Original things that I'll be doing, and it helps all those things. And thank you to those that have given before. It's amazing, and thank you guys. Thank you guys and girls. Thank you. Thank you for all the people hanging around my Twitter as well recently. I've been doing loads of stuff on Twitter, and it's awesome. Thank you. And if you want to see my food, go to Instagram. If you want to see me do some guitar stuff, go to Instagram as well. Yeah, guitar stuff is on Instagram. Exclusive. Gotta go to Instagram for that. But anyway, as we were talking about big butts, let's get that up. Let's get that up. So we were looking at this woman's big butt, and before we had that quick commercial break. But yeah, you can see that cycling shorts are back in. Ms. Kane said actress Zendaya and body positivity model Ashley Graham. Ashley Graham, the lady with the, oh, that's Anna Montana. That's Anna Montana. Oh, I see what she did there. Models Ashley Graham's huge Instagram followings were a big factor in the retailer's decision to launch collections with the pair. It was a really good fit for us, she said, adding that marketing campaigns and social media activity had helped Boohoo's performance in the first half. This performance has been the strongest in the group's history. I'm very proud to say this, she said. And look at that lady, Delilah. And that's not Delilah, that's Megan Barton Hansen. See, I mean, I don't see her, like, I mean, I'm going to say this, yeah. Like, a lot of people are all like, body positivity and stuff. That woman is stunning. Look at her. That sounded so forced. That woman is stunning. No, that woman is hot as hell, man. Like, I mean, what is body positivity required for this? But apparently it is. So, I mean, someone like this who probably, you know, stopped every day in the street and they go, honk, honk. I mean, I say that in the nicest way possible, but she 136,000 likes. She's a brand ambassador and she's killing it on the. I mean, it's crazy to think that like these online companies are paying a lot of money to people to just wear their clothes, and that they're not really big companies. This is the whole like Sports Direct thing that we spoke about in Sports Direct owning House of Fraser and stuff. Now it's like it's weird that those companies actually have a lot of money. Sales for Pretty Little Things rose 132% to £168.6 million, while Nasty Gal grew by 111% in £17.7 million. Boohoo Group raised its forecast for revenue growth this year, expecting sales growth of between 38% and 43%, up from its previous range of 35% to 40%. A poach from Primark. Last week it was announced that Boohoo had poached Primark's Chief Operating Officer, John Little, to be its new Chief Executive. Existing Joint Chief Executives Mahmoud Kamani and Carol Kane will take on new roles from March 2019. Mr. Kamani will become Group Executive Chairman of the company, while Ms. Kane will become Group Co-founder and Executive Director. Both Ms. Kane and Mr. Kamani reiterated to investors that they were not going anywhere and would be working closely with Mr. Little when he came on board. Our group results for the first half year show yet another strong performance, delivering record sales and profits. All of our brands performed extremely well across all territories as we continue to gain market share, said Boohoo's Joint Chief Executives Mahmoud Kamani and Carol Kane in a statement. Boohoo shares jumped 9% on the news. Of course they did. But Boohoo and Pretty Little Things don't have a... Let's bring me over here. Quick editorial. Don't have a brick and mortar presence over here in the UK. So those shops are literally virtual stores, like an Amazon, if you will. And you can see how these stores that, and then we have had reports about this before, where they're moving back onto the high street and like a pop-up variety. These kind of brands really work to have that like pop-up store pop-up for like maybe like 2-3 weeks, and people all go there and get in the brand. They're perfect model for how I think a lot of these companies are going to move forward in the future. There's something within like we're talking about jobs before and jobs that are being taken away, but there are certain jobs that are taken away from automation. Every single industry, they always are, and there's always people that will be directly affected by things that take away jobs. Today I was learning about something which theoretically would take away jobs from people because there wouldn't be people there to answer the phone for particular queries, and I was like, oh yeah, it's the checkout thing, isn't it? It's like, why hire 15 people on the checkouts when you can hire one person to run 15 self-service checkouts? I mean, it's more efficient, isn't it? You pay one person to do it. Why not? And that's what happens. And that's what's happening. There's automation and stuff like this, like boohoo.com, Pretty Little Things. They've got brand ambassadors who make people buy into the brand. And then after that point, I guess they can just do whatever they want. They get paid enough. Where's some of that money? Where's some of that money? Come on, where's some of that money? Big fashion. Give me some money. Help support the channel. Yeah. You can have your sponsorship message up there. You could. I would shill for you. I would shill for you. I would do anything for you, and I would shill that. Oh, I would shill that. I would do anything for green. I'll do anything that you tell me to be. Oh, I kind of screwed that up. But I just will do that. Go to foundoriginal.com and go to the Instagram. Anyway, hope that this one looks like it's actually going to sit on YouTube as well. That's good, because yesterday's one, it went terribly. Went terribly. Anyway, back to in other news. And if I can get, I think otherwise I think we might be wrapping up the show, because as I said, I'm trying to like make these more succinct. I think we may be about to wrap up the show. I think so. Let's have a little look. In other news, I know we're not going to wrap up. I must have one more I wanted to talk about that I haven't had a chance to yet, and I've got quite a lot of time left actually. Let's see if this. Okay, yeah, you know what? I have got the time to talk about this. Yeah. Okay, I do. So let's talk this story, just because it feels funny already. TV news. The Apprentice. Not one candidate is actually stupid. The Apprentice is back for another series, and fortunately, so are the ridiculous introductory statements from the candidates. I'm the Beyonce of business, claims one in the opening episode. Money doesn't buy happiness, says another, but I'd rather cry in a sports car than an old banger. That is a mantra to live by. Such claims are likely to go down in the show's history, along with the likes of Everything I Touch Turns to Sold and I'm Not a One-Trick Pony, I've Got a Whole Field of Ponies, like that one. Now in its 14th year, 14 years, the BBC One show never fails to deliver several contestants who are bigger on arrogance than they are on ability. But Lord Sugar says he takes exception to the suggestion that candidates on the show are stupid. The programme itself is an entertainment programme, as well as a business programme, he tells journalists at the launch of this year's series. Those stupid people you're talking about run 6 very successful businesses, one of which has made £1 million this year. I don't know where this accent is coming from. And the others are close behind them. I don't know what's happening there. It's true that 6 former winners of the show have gone on to successful business ventures since the 2010 rule change, which saw Lord Sugar invest in a business idea rather than hiring an apprentice for his own company. Like, that was a really interesting distinction and a good distinction to make, to kind of separate it from the other shows, because it made sense. And it's like, okay, I'm going to give you, so it kind of became like Dragon's Denny. Despite their somewhat overconfident claims, Lord Sugar says the whole point of the process is that you do find a winner in the end. The people try to fight for their position in the early stages. They say some things which sound a bit shilly. I don't know what's happening there, but they're not that daft really. I'm gonna have to spend some time on accents. Can I also interject here? Picks up Claude Littner and just say not one of them is actually stupid. It's perhaps a surprising defence of the candidates from Lord Sugar's sidekick, who doesn't exactly go easy on the candidates on the show. They're all working very, very hard at the tasks. You may be watching the TV thinking, I can do that. I assure you, you can't, he says. It's a lot more complex than you think, and they're really trying hard, and it's very, very difficult. You get a group, they don't know each other, they're fighting for a position. It's much, much harder than it looks, believe me. The behaviour and claims of the candidates often bring them notoriety and a brief spell of social media fame, but that is arguably a drawback, as it could mean the show is more likely to attract people who are fame hungry rather than those who possess genuine business skill. That's a very good point, says Lord Sugar. I do worry a lot in the selection process. Sometimes I worry that people are there for the wrong reasons, and if I do come across them, they don't tend to last too long. Let's put it that way. Having said that, a lot of the contestants come with the intention of winning the prize and getting the job. And what happens is they get fired. And there's that kind of withdrawal symptom after the show ends, where they're not spotted in Tesco anymore. They then want to do something else because they got a flavour of being on TV. But Steve Tappin, head of Zinfu, a CEO coaching and leadership consultancy, told BBC News that he would challenge the idea that the show is a credible route into business. The Apprentice often features inexperienced people who are very focused around building their own brand and reputation, as opposed to having genuine commercial entrepreneurial skills to scale up a major business, he said. Many of them lack the leadership abilities to connect, unite, and grow a business. Tappin was personally mentored by Sir John Harvey Jones, who presented Troubleshooter, another BBC business series broadcast in the 1990s. Historically, Troubleshooter did have credible leaders involved, and I believe it's less so now, Tappin says. My challenge to Lord Sugar is how many of his alumni are on track to run a FTSE 100 company or comparable sized exciting private company. Photoshop fail. Have spent the entire day laughing at this guy with 3 hands on The Apprentice. Let's just have a little look at this picture. There you go, there's 1 hand, there's 2 hands, and look at that, there's a 3rd hand. There's the 3rd hand, yeah? So you got 1 hand, 2 hands, 3 hands. And there's his 3 hands. Eagle-eyed Apprentice fans spotted a little error in the press shots which went out to journalists on Tuesday. One of the new candidates, 26-year-old Kayode Damali, appeared to have sprouted an extra hand as he folded his arms. It's the latest in a delightful string of image editing mishaps in the last year, such as Vanity Fair giving celebrities extra body parts on its cover and Alicia Vikander's extra long neck on the Tomb Raider poster. I mean, I'd like to show you that one because that was pretty funny. Look at that. Look at that, yeah. Look how big her neck is. She looks like she's an alien of some kind. That's terrible Photoshop. And then let's look at the other one as well. Which is and then Vanity Fair giving the celebrities extra body parts. Because that was a very, you can see Vanity Fair gives Oprah and Reese Witherspoon extra limbs. And then I think you could probably see that from there. So where's Oprah? There's Oprah. There's an extra arm. There's a hand on her hand. And Reese Witherspoon, where she's got an extra leg. She's got an extra leg. Sometimes Photoshop is not looked at properly. You can tell. Lord Sugar defended the show on Tuesday, commenting, I have to say, with the exception of one that I can only recall, that fame-hungry contestants don't get very far. They get used as dummies in quiz shows and things like that and get made fools of and then fall away. The exception he's referring to is probably Katie Hopkins, whose controversial opinions helped her maintain a high public profile after leaving the show via newspaper columns and radio shows. Hopkins recently had to apply for an insolvency agreement, yes, to avoid bankruptcy, yes. And the food writer Jack Monroe won her libel action against it, yes. Asked what advice he would give Hopkins now, Lord Sugar says, She's made her bed. She's going to have to lay in it. It's one of life's lessons that she's learned. Maybe it might be a wake-up call for her. She's got to solve this thing on her own and move on. There's no advice really that I can give her because she made her own problems. So I hope she's learned from it. He does not care. This is the first season of The Apprentice to air since Lord Sugar apologised for tweeting a photograph which compared the Senegal football team to beach sellers in Marbella. He doesn't address this directly at the launch, but acknowledges when asked by BBC News that advice he gives apprentices about their online behaviour has changed. The thing is that when we started 14 years ago, there's no such thing as social media, so things change as we go through, he says. The candidates in the programme are briefed at a very early stage that they have to be very careful what they do as far as social media is concerned. And social media can be their enemy, really, because before we select some of the candidates, we use it ourselves to find out what they've been up to. So it's an era we're running through at the moment. Pressed on the backlash he experienced on social media in the last year, he says, "You just have to take the rough with the smooth, really. It's as simple as that." That's like a League of Gentlemen voice. I don't know where that's come from. But yes, so The Apprentice is back. And Big Brother is out. But it seems as if we've got a lot of people looking to talk about The Apprentice again. I mean, I don't really... I don't really watch it that much anymore because it's a bit crap. Like, I just have to... It's a bit crap. Like, it just... Like, as I said, like, it's just seeing people that are vying to become famous, especially because it's a business idea now as well. It's like they just want to be a big brand afterwards. Katie Hopkins got away with it. But, I mean, the fact that she's now got insolvency, good for her. I mean, good for the planet, really. I don't hate her, but I just don't like the route that she took to fame because it's a really, really, like, angry, hate-filled route where she's just looking for a response, and at some point someone is going to get her on it, and when she does, she just goes, "Oh, well, you know, that's just because you can't take my opinion. It's free speech, love, free speech." Go to the US and say the things that you're saying. You're going to get stabbed. There is no real free speech here in the UK, yeah. There is a political convention. There is an unwritten constitution. It used to be that we were bound by EU laws. I don't know how much of that will still continue during Brexit, but there is no real freedom of speech. The Magna Carta doesn't really say that. Not in this country, anyway. I'm very lucky to be in this country to be able to do stuff like this, yeah. I'm very, 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 very lucky. But I couldn't exactly come on here and start saying that all Muslims were terrorists, because that's not true, but it's also insightful behavior. And if you did that in the street, then you would go to jail for inciting racial hatred. And I don't really understand why she never did. Like, the things that she is saying are not based in fact. And I mean, yesterday when we spoke about Goop, yeah, Goop, it's not, but it's supported by science. A lot of things that Katie Hopkins said are supported by bullshit. I'm going to say it once on YouTube. I'm allowed to say it once per season, I think. They're not real. And some of the things that she says, they incite people to hate her because that's what fuels the news cycle and that's what fuels her attention. And attention brought to you from negativity, at some point, yeah, you're gonna fall. Like, you're gonna fall, and she's fallen. And like, now it's just, I have sympathy for her because that's the only route that she could take. But she could have become a political commentator and been very, very fair and even-handed. But instead, she decided to be that bitch from The Apprentice. And because of that, that's her whole deal now. And yeah, Lord Sugar don't care because he's all like, well, that's your own fault. You could have been a contender. Now, I'm gonna look at wrapping up here, actually. So before I do, obviously, I'm gonna do another quick shill because, you know, that's what I do here on the Periscopes and stuff. If you go to fowloriginal.com, you will see this big old bird. And the big old bird means that you're at the right place. And yes, the bird is the word. If you go to support the channel, you can go to support the channel and you can see that you can click become a Patreon, streamlabs.com/fowloriginalwrestling, or you can click the donate button to donate via PayPal. And if you donate via PayPal, it's very, very simple. You basically just come to this screen, you type in something like $5, for example, and then you can do write a note. Hello, how are you? Hello, mother. Hello, father. Here I am at Camp Granada. Like, you could do that, for example. You can make it a monthly donation. So every month I would give you a hello, mother, hello, father, here I am at Camp Granada. Marge, is this on Camp Granada? I think so. And you can do that, and I will be eternally grateful, and I will shout you guys out. And this is just via normal PayPal, and it helps to produce the content that I do on the regs, and it helps keep my motivation up. Helps to keep me going, and it really does help for some of the stuff. Recently, stuff that was donated helped for the Birmingham Film Festival, and that was really awesome. And thank you very, very much, because it's really, really helped, and I'm eternally grateful. Thank you. On that note, we're going to look at ending the show tonight. So first of all, I wanted to, and I've forgotten to do the graphic, yeah, but and finally. So, and finally, this video, yeah, is everywhere. So you've probably already seen it. You've probably already seen it, but you know what? This is Newsround, and on Newsround we see the things. Always see the things. This is a video that's on the BBC News website. I don't want to spoil it just yet, so let's see if I can get it to do this without. Here we go. So if I can get you to come here and then do this, we can see it. So this is a video that's been going around the internet with no context whatsoever. I think you're gonna know what it is straight away. Let's play that stuff.
That's crazy! What?
We were just trying to shoot cute seal from but ended up being very brutal.
Underwater?
Apparently he tried to chew one leg of octopus, that's why he swang really hard. But my friend Kyle wasn't in the right place at the right time. We instantly just laughed so hard. I think Kyle was pretty much real confused all the time. He tried to act cool on the camera. He was like roaring, but we knew that he was so panicking. We're not frightened, but we were definitely got surprised for sure.
There's an octopus on my boat! No way! My boat! He's actually holding my boat! Oh! It's still alive. That's crazy! What?
We were just trying.
Underwater?
Yeah, I'm trying to do some videos of some cute seals, and I'm just going to take the audio off so I can talk over. But yeah, like you can just see it. Look, it's you can hear the slap as well. Let's get the slap out.
Wasn't in the right place at the right time.
Look at that, yeah. That is when nature decides that screw you, yeah. Seals can use tools now. I always had a feeling, yeah, that seals had more to them than they always did. Look at that, yeah. Just look at it. It's a seal hitting a man with an octopus. Yeah, you know why? Because seals just like to do stuff like that. Because seals decided that, you know what, I want to hit you with an octopus. And then after that point, there's an octopus on their boat. Like, they were very, very lucky. And then I guess just from his bed doing BBC News interviews, which I think is amazing as well. Using technologies, the technologies. So that's our and finally, because got to be a classic. I don't have a Metro Moments today. Because I had a copy of the Metro and I don't know what happened to it. I have no idea what happened to it. No idea. No idea. So as I said, you can go to fowloriginal.com, help support the channel. You can also like, share, subscribe. Depending on what you are watching on, that will allow you to do things. But we end today's show with the big news that Fortnite becomes the first truly cross-platform game after Sony joined the party. Fortnite is now available on PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox 360, PC, toaster oven, Raspberry Pi, Linux, Mac OS, and all is for free. And you can play Battle Royale. You can jump out a bus in the sky and then just waste your life. On that note, this has been Fowl Original. Thanks for watching and see you next time. But before the end of the night, we always like to end on something fun because that's what I am. F-U-N spells fun. So let's do fun things now. And I had a very, very awesome video that I was thinking of playing. Yeah, I can't see who's in the chat, unfortunately. I apologise, but we're ending the show now. So thank you all for joining, and you can check out the rest of the show. It's only a half an hour, little bitty bye, but I think this is probably the best thing to end it on because I feel like this has been the way that it should end. So anyway, this is one of my favorite ever things from An Apprentice. Yeah, let's see if they've got it. They must. Here we go. Yeah, it's got to be this. It's got to be this. All right. Okay. Here we go. So this is Mr. Dennis Rodman while he was on let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Mr. Dennis Rodman while he was on The Celebrity Apprentice. Oh, I can keep that playing. While he's on The Celebrity Apprentice USA. I watched this season and I thought it was amazing. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. So let's see if we can.
I was playing in the NBA. Same thing, because, you know, I know my condition.
And you don't think it was disrespectful not to just, not even open the door, just talk to him through the door and say, Tom, I'm not feeling good. You don't do that to Phil Jackson. You didn't do that with Michael Jordan. You respected Michael Jordan a lot. I know that for a fact. If Phil Jackson's knocking on your
now,
door,
if you
open
respect
that
Michael
door.
Jordan a
Is that
lot,
right?
you will help support the channel by going to fowloriginal.com and helping support the channel. You can do that in many ways by liking, sharing, subscribing to this video, and also following it, all that kind of jazz. Dennis Rodman is a great guy, and unfortunately on this occasion, due to a lot of drinking that he was doing, being hungover all the time, he basically had a, as I say, we're getting to the end of this, Jesse James. So all I can say is, this has been Fowl Original. Thanks for watching. See you next time. See you tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. for news.